Welcome to lesson 4 of Automotive Electrical and Electronics Basics. In lesson 3, we have learned about the conventional and the real electron flow through a circuit and what makes the electron to flow in a circuit. In this lesson, we would be learning about the force behind the electron flow, what is voltage, what are the methods of voltage generation, how to measure the voltage, and what are all the units of measurement. Let us jump into the core subject. What is voltage? Voltage is nothing but a pressure or electromotive force which is exerted to electron to flow across a conductor. If there is no force, no electron flow, the circuit is dead. Voltage doesn't flow, whereas voltage is making something else to flow. What is that something else? It is electrons. The flow of electrons is called as electricity. This pressure what is exerted has different names. One is called electromotive force or EMF, and another is called potential difference or voltage. It looks similar but not exactly. The difference between these two, let us understand first. Let us consider a small circuit which has a battery. You know that there are two terminals, one is positive and another. Let us connect it to a load. Load is nothing but a consumer of electricity. So if you ask what is the electromotive force is the difference in pressure between the source of current. What is the source of current here? This battery is source of current. The difference between positive and negative. Just consider this as a 12 volt battery. So the difference would be 12 volt between positive and negative terminals. And what is the difference in voltage? Voltage is between any of the 2 points. It can be between these two terminals, or it can be between this wire or a conductor, or after the first consumer, or it can be between this to this. So what is the difference here? The EMF is the total energy produced by the battery, but voltage is the difference in potential or difference in pressure between any of the 2 points. So EMF may not be equal to potential difference because these conductors consumes an amount of current, electricity, and the other loads also. So EMF is a total energy, voltage or potential difference between 2 points. Now let us understand how we denote this voltage. We denote voltage using letters V, E or U. V stands for generally voltage only, but E stands for EMF, U stands for potential difference or voltage, but it is used in European standards. It's almost same. We understood that the difference between voltage and the potential difference and EMF. The denotation or notation is V, E or U. Hope this is clear to you. Now let us understand the concept of voltage using a water tank analogy. In this, water tank can be considered as source of power or a battery. This tap can be considered as a switch. Pipe, obviously, carrying the water. In our electrical system, it is a conductor. Water flow, how much water is flowing is known as current. From this, how we are going to understand? Because electricity is not visible, hence we have to imagine how electricity flows. Water flow, everyone can visualize. That is why we are just picking up the case of water. You just consider a tank. Let us connect a pipe to it and let us have a tap here. If tank has full water, then force of water would be higher, or quantity of water which is coming out would be more. If the level drops down, the quantity also drops down. If there is no water, then here also the water coming out will be zero. For an example, now let us consider the battery again. Battery has two terminal, positive and negative. And the current flows from positive to negative as per our conventional theory. So it flows like this. Just imagine if this battery has 12 volt, then it will have full current, or full current will be flowing between this circuit through the load to negative. If it is 6 volt, then it will be less. If it is 0, flat battery, no current. Just hypothetically, let us understand that the difference between positive to negative, or let us understand that, let us consider positive as red, negative as black. R and B stands for what is a voltage. Now, if R, how much is a voltage? 12 volt. Normally in black it will be 0 volt. Then the total voltage would be 12 volt. Higher the voltage, more the current flow. Less the voltage, less current flow. That is why sometimes vehicles are not starting when your voltage is less. Now let us understand what are all the measuring units what we are using for voltage. The basic unit is volt, denoted by symbol V. Smaller units are there, millivolt, denoted by MV, and it is 1 by 1000 of an volt. And there is a microvolt, mu V, which is 1 by 1000 of a millivolt. There are larger units to measure. 1000 volts is equal to 1 kilovolt. 1000 kilovolt is equal to 1 megavolt. Usually what we are using millivolts, we are using volt, and somewhere we are using kilovolts also in automobile vehicles. Now let us jump into various types of voltage. There are two types of voltage. One is called AC, another one is called DC. The difference is in DC voltage, we have unidirectional current. Unidirectional current means current flows from positive to negative. Only one flow. It won't change. Their graph would be looking like a straight line with the time. So the direction, the constant, it is a constant direction, direction won't change. However, in AC, from the source, the direction change often. This become positive, other side become positive sometimes. Sometimes it will flow like this, sometimes it will flow like this. How it will look like? It will look like a sine wave. Sine wave means sometimes it will be positive, sometimes it will be negative, right? So in our world, we are using two type of AC voltage. One is, most of the places we are using 220 to 240 volts with the 50 hertz. In America and some part of Japan, we are using 110 to 120 volts with the 60 hertz. What is this? This is called hertz. It is nothing but frequency. How many times the polarity changes in a second is denoted by this frequency. That means 50 hertz means 50 times it is changing. See this graph, sine wave, and here it's starting, and now the polarity has changed, right? This is called one complete cycle. How many times this will happen? 50 times here and 60 times here. Hence, when you use some of the components which is using AC voltage, be cautious that we are using it in same hertz and same voltage standards. Otherwise, it will spoil our item. Now, how to measure voltage? Voltage is measured using a voltmeter. Voltmeter should be connected in parallel by checking the polarity. Polarity means, see, if you have a battery here which has two terminals, positive and negative. You have a voltmeter here. Positive side should be connected to this. Negative side should be connected to this. And you should not connect in another way. By mistake also, if you connect in another way, it may spoil the voltmeter. Secondly, it will read a negative reading in your display. If you are connected, it should read 12 volt R minus B REC voltage here, BEC voltage here. That is what it is going to read. And this is the selection. How it should be, voltmeter should be selected. Voltmeter is available along with the multimeter. Should be selected if you have a 12 volt system. If it is DC voltage, you have to turn your knob to 20 volt DC. If you place anything below 20, then there is a chance that your voltmeter may get damaged. If it is more than 20, then your reading may not be accurate. If it is AC, then select the AC voltage accordingly and make sure that you are connecting it properly with the polarity. Read the display. We would be learning about how to measure the voltage in detail in the subsequent lesson when we are going to learn about the multimeter usage. In this lesson, we have completed what is voltage, what are all the various methods of voltage generation, and how to measure the voltage, and what is the various units what we are using for measuring the voltage. In upcoming lesson, we would be learning about electric current. What is electric current? How it is measured? What are all the things you have to keep it in your mind while measuring the electric current? Please don't forget to like, share and comment and subscribe for all the 15 lessons. Happy learning. Thank you.